Sometimes procrastination isn't really procrastination. Because if you look up the literal definition of the word, it is literally not doing what you're supposed to be doing or not doing what you should be doing. So, in my case, as a student, not studying is me just not studying. I'm procrastinating by looking up social media, making videos, art, or anything. This video in the background that's playing, this is me talking after I've recorded this footage. I'm gonna draw a sonetto on a very small piece of paper, and I noticed I have no sharpener, so even my lines are gonna look thick. I haven't drawn on pencil and paper in a while, so my skills are rusty. And I'm wondering, why did I record that? It's because I like making videos, right? Which again imposes the question, should I be recording videos as a student? Aren't I procrastinating my projects, my homework, my meetings with other students and professors? Well, maybe to a degree, but if I were to just change the perspective, if I say I am a content creator, then me recording this video is actually a coin flip, because a lot of the content I record, I don't upload. A lot of the audio I record, you might see 10 to 20% of it because I feel anxious. I say, hey, maybe I went off a little too much here because I've insulted Smilegate so much behind closed doors, but the only reason I don't upload them is because I've already insulted them enough, I feel. I mean, I made a whole dedicated video about complaining how Smilegate failed me. And yeah, so as a content creator, if I record this video, if I do art for the sake of just slapping audio on top of it, it's actually not procrastination. Not procrastination. It's the thing I'm supposed to be doing. And in that aspect, fair enough. But you have to wonder, what are your priorities? When you have your priorities, it becomes clear what is procrastination and what is not. Because if you're not doing the thing you're supposed to be doing, then you're doing something else. And if that thing is something you're not supposed to be doing, like scrolling social media, or just lazing around, that is technically procrastination. And you have to ask yourself, why are you procrastinating? Why are you procrastinating? Is it because you are prone to distraction? Is the task too complicated for you that you cannot process what to do next? Or is it ego? And again, I'm no scientist. I am literally speaking based off my experiences in life. Sometimes it's ego. In this case, look at this drawing. I've drawn many things in the past, but I always want to present myself as someone good. I want to present myself as someone analytical. I want to present myself as a smart, quote unquote, big quotations, smart person. I'm not trying to be the smartest person out there, but I want to show that I am technical. I want to show that I am able to do something very well. And when you look at this drawing, it's like, hey, what the hell is this guy doing? It's a bad piece of drawing, number one. Number two, it's not very detailed. Number three, it's on a small piece of paper. Number four, he's using a unsharpened pencil. He doesn't even have a sharpened pencil. And as you can see, I have multiple pencils in the back. I can detail this drawing using H4, B4, blah, 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 blah. We don't get into those details. And at some point, I have to ask, why does it matter? Well, when you set aside your ego, some tasks actually become doable. Now, you also have to ask yourself on a much larger perspective. Sometimes people are your distractions. Okay, I'm not saying those people are bad, but what is the point of me sitting down to draw or making out the time to draw if I know my friend will call me at this hour because let's say we have a project, in which case that is not distraction. He is literally reminding you of your duties. But let's say he wants to hang out, even though we've hanged out yesterday or we've talked on the phone for an hour 2 days ago. It's like, man, I know if I respond to this person, I will waste my time. In that case, I feel guilty for making time out to draw, in which case I feel guilty because I want to chase what I actually want to do. which is weird, but hey, it's a part of life. In fact, I had one singular point I want to talk about, but I got distracted now. So now I can't even remember the point of this video, and I guess, in a way, it doesn't matter. Why should it matter? You spend the time however you want to spend it. And I realized I've just used the bullshit method. If you're unaware what the bullshit method is, you say a lot of stupid things, and then you end it with a fact, or you say something reasonable at the end. So take everything I've said in this video, and then I say, hey, but you spend your time however you want to spend it. You're like, yeah, I agree. I spend my time however I want to spend it. And then you take everything else, every stupid thing I've said, and your mind will just rationalize it. Kind of like Andrew Tate. He'll say some stupid bullcrap, and then at the end he'll say, if you look up, you are looking up. Could be looking up at the ceiling, could be looking up at the sky. He'll say something obvious. If you punch someone, you've punched someone. And then you just take everything else you've said in the back, be it something good or bad, and your mind will rationalize it. Yeah, this guy might be saying something that logical, something I agree with. And that's actually the logic of podcasts. I feel like podcasts, no matter good or bad, they try to start with really risque topics, or topics they know would be controversial, or something people want to hear at the time. Kind of like Epic 7's recent drama. If you talk about it a week later, a month later, no one cares. But if you talk about it while it's happening, hell yeah, we want to listen to it. And then at the end, you just say something rational, or an undisputed fact, and would you look at that, suddenly everyone is seeing it from your perspective because their minds have rationalized it somehow, which is a cognitive study that I've been following, but again, I am no scientist. I just look at what other scientists say and try to apply it in my mind, or to a degree. I don't like when it controls me. And we bring back your priorities. What are your values? What do you want to be perceived as? If you're a public representative, of course you want a good public image. And in a way, you will police yourself to act a certain way. You want to be ethical. You want to be moral. You want to be transparent. You want to be a servant for the people, or the other way around. You want to present positive leadership traits, intelligence, strength, etc. And at some point, someone will say, you're faking it till you make it. And in a way, I'll say yes and no. If a person acts polite for their entire life, is it really acting? Or when suddenly you place an incentive around them, and then they start acting unethical? Can you, for example, let's say in the case of Mortellix in Epic 7, when he found the crystal gem, or the red crimson ore, it gave him an incentive. His wish was finally within palm's reach. He can find an opponent that is strong enough to kill him. So he acted on that. Or let's use a more practical example. Let's say I, the CEO of the company, tell my child, hey, if you can increase profits by 20%, I will give you a bonus of $1 million. So he will engage in bad practices, maybe not good ones. Maybe he will actually make underhanded deals with someone else and be like, hey, if you buy this much, I'll share the reward with you. Or he might tamper with the methods that you use to generate profits. At the end of the day, what's stopping him from just selling equipment and saying, yo, we profited? What's stopping him from saying, hey, this loan that we took, we're gonna make use of it right now, and although it boosts the short term, it really ruins the long term of the company. So your son stops thinking about the long term and now is focused on the short term. He met your reward, and you discover everything that's happened in the background. Can you really say that this person is a bad person? Maybe you made him this way. Maybe it's your fault that your son starts thinking about chasing profits. And that's why parenting is very difficult. It's because these behaviors happen on a macro scale. Sometimes your friends do this to you, sometimes your cousins, sometimes your parents, sometimes even yourself. You do something and you don't know the implications about the long term. And yeah, it's a real thing. So what does that have to do in correlation to what I'm saying about procrastination? Well, sometimes, if you don't want to do something, that's not procrastination. That is you just not wanting to do it. You shouldn't be doing it. Some people only engage in their hobbies after they're free. So just do your duties and then enjoy your free time. Or if you're such a skilled man, you can enjoy your day knowing full well that given an hour, you can finish an entire project by yourself. I don't know. I said my piece. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you sticking around this much. See you next time. Goodbye.